Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kinda Queer podcast, hosted by a couple of kinda queer guys. Today, I'm joined by yet another very talented person, and I will give this time for them to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Tim Period. I am 17 years old, and my pronouns are he, him, and I am so excited to be here on this podcast. I've never done this before.
You say that, but also we kind of did.
Yes,
So,
that's true.
for those listening, we tried recording this like earlier, and it didn't work because Zoom was being weird for me, and so we're restarting. We didn't get through a whole lot, but it was some of it is going to be repeat information for us, but it'll still be new for you. So just enjoy that, and it'll be good.
Yes,
So,
yes,
Tim, you are gay, and
yes.
I wanted to know, like, how did you know that you were gay?
I knew that I was gay when I was in sixth grade. I mean, I know I like boys back in kindergarten, but when you're young, you don't really know what gay means.
Hmm.
So it took a while to get there, but I eventually figured it out in around sixth grade. Yeah. And along with the fact that I just was liking boys left and right. So, that helped.
Yes. Were there any like specific moments that you can remember where you first thought or heard like the term gay, and you're like, oh, that's me?
Um, oh my gosh. It was so my grandma lives in like an apartment, like in like a condo, and there are these two, like there was this gay couple who lived there too,
Hmm.
and they were like the first gay people like I ever met. And like I never like judged them because I knew like, I was like, oh, that's me. But like it was just interesting to see people like living the life that like I like now had like never seen but yet wanted, if
Yeah.
that makes any sense. So
Yeah.
it was definitely that helped. That happened when I was probably in like I was like 7 or 8. Like it was when I was younger. So
Hmm.
it's good that I got that at an early age. So I knew that like it's possible. It's out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. How did you come out to other people? Because I know that you are out to like pretty much everyone.
I am out to all 7 billion of us on this planet, or 8 billion,
Yes.
however many people there are. Yes. So I told my friends when I was 12. I was in seventh grade. The first person I texted was my friend Maddie, and I was like, "Hey, girl," and I just like texted her. It wasn't anything super emotional. And then I told my dad that following November. I was 13 at the time, so because my birthday's in the summer, and I told him we were in the car. I don't really know what we were doing. It was like kind of late at night. And we were just driving, and I was just in the passenger seat, and I was like, "Oh my God, like I'm gay," and he was like, "Oh, you think so?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Okay." And it was like nice. Like it wasn't super sappy and I wasn't
Yeah.
like super emotional, but it was yeah.
Bold move to do it in the car. He could have just swerved that baby right
I
off the road.
know. Oh my gosh, yes, we could have driven into a tree, into a telephone pole, anything. Yes, we could have died, but it's
Yeah.
okay. I actually had like a theme of coming out in cars for some reason. Like I told my aunt when we were in a car, I told my other aunt when we were in a car, I told my grandma when we were in a car. There was just something about cars. I don't know why, which is like
Nice.
probably like really bad, especially if they were like upset about it because I couldn't really leave the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
Well, at least you've had good experiences. Um,
Yes.
that
Uh-huh.
is definitely always a good thing. Um,
Hmm.
how worried were you like to come out to like all these people?
I was really nervous. Like I'm pretty sure most people are. It's hard not to be, because it's just such like a deep personal thing, and like again, like any queer person's life, like their identity, especially when you're younger, and then all this outside influence telling you that it's wrong. It's like it's very internalized,
Hmm.
or at least it was for me. So then I was really nervous. I knew. Well, actually, I didn't know. Like I wasn't really sure how it was going to be received. Um, but yeah, it's like just like a really scary thing.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. And again, this is also something we talked about earlier when we tried this before. But um, how's that experience like comparative of you like coming out to your friends versus like to your dad?
Well, for my friends, like they were always super like, well, they knew, like obviously, like they knew.
Hmm.
They was like, oh. So they were always like, like if you are, like it's fine, like we love you anyways. And I'm like, oh, thank you, like that's so sweet. So I knew it was gonna be fine with my friends, even though like it's still like scary to come out to your friends, even if you
Hmm.
know like they're gonna be fine with it. And then with my dad, like. like I said before when we recorded this, like there are like lots of gay people in my family.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and he's always been fine with it. Like everyone's always been fine with it. He's a very accepting person. So I knew it was gonna be fine then too. And also like my family isn't religious, so I knew that they wouldn't have like that to like put on me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So like I knew that I wasn't gonna be like hate crimed in my own house, but like I was just kind of like it's still scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always scary coming out to people, even if you know that they're going to accept you.
It's the weirdest feeling. It's like you shouldn't be nervous, but yet
Mm-hmm.
like you are. It's like,
Yeah, it's a feeling that I don't think you could ever really explain to a straight person. Like
no.
it is, it's a lot of it is just paranoia because like
Yeah.
you're just worried for no real good reason.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and I think a lot of that is, because they have this perception of you in their own head, and you're worried that this one little detail about you, which doesn't really change anything, will change how
No.
they look at you.
Exactly.
Also, I know, like, we talked about this also, but I want to bring it up again. Um, when, like, I haven't come out to my dad, but I've come out to other people, and I think like coming out to your parents is definitely a much scarier thing to do, even if you know it's going to be fine, because
Absolutely.
like you said before, like you live with them, like
Hmm.
they're the ones that own the place that you live
I
in,
know
and
they're the ones that feed you. They're the ones that like put a roof over your head. They're the
uh-huh,
ones that put the clothes on your back. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
and then they're also most likely the people that know you the best because you're
Hmm.
around them the most.
Hmm.
Whereas your friends, like you only see them every once in a while.
Yeah.
Also, again, uh, it's always easier to come out or talk to people that you don't know as well.
I could come out and just exclaim my deepest, darkest secrets to, I don't know, Judy down the street who I don't know, or Mary in the other side of town and be like, hey, like, guess what? And it would just be so easy because they don't have any like preconceived notions about you. You're just
Mm-hmm.
like, you're a stranger to them, they're a stranger to you.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the reason why I enjoyed like going into like high school a little bit more because there was like kids who I had never spoken to before
Mm.
because like like especially in like other grades because in middle school I never talked to anybody who wasn't in my grade because we never saw each other, but in high school the grades are so much more integrated where you
Yeah.
can talk to other people, and I
Mm-hmm.
met like gay people who were like older than me, like who like went to my school, which had like never happened before. That was that. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but like it was just like so easy. Like it just felt much more comfortable
Mm-hmm.
because like it just felt better to know that people like didn't know who I was. So not that I could, be a fake person and like rebrand myself or anything, but like they just like I could just be like, oh hello, I'm new.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, there's such a relief, like, when you can just, like, because even though, like, you're not really changing all that much, it is such a better feeling to be, like, out to people. Um,
Hmm.
just because, like, I don't know, you feel like you're not restraining yourself. Like, for
Oh,
me,
absolutely.
because I'm not out to, like, a lot of people, well, I guess technically I am because of this podcast, but that's besides the point. Um, because I'm not out to a lot of people, it's like it feels weird, like when I'm around people that I'm not out to, because it's like I can't say certain things or I don't want to say certain things. Um,
Yeah, you're walking on eggshells all the time.
yeah, so even though it's not like I don't know, it's kind of stressful in a way, even though it's not like a terrible thing. It's just like a weird feeling that you get.
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to like believe it, like it's like hard to like remember like what it was like before I came out, just because I'm so used to it now.
Hmm.
Like me like roaming around planet Earth like as like a trying to be like a straight person wearing like neon like sports clothing to school in sixth grade. Like it's weird to think that that's like what I did. Like it's
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah. It's just like once you come out, like it's just I don't know. It's like very freeing.
Hmm.
Like I don't know. I don't know. You can't see my outfit right now, but I'm wearing this like pink sweater with like a tiger on it, but there's also giraffe print
Oh hell yeah.
and like leaves and stars and there's glitter on it. Like,
Hmm.
why would I never wear it? Like, this is
Yeah.
just amazing. You know, like it's just fabulous.
I know for me, like, as I progressed through high school, I just like I slowly like just got like a better sense of fashion. And it's not that
Hmm.
I never wanted to dress well. It's just that I was like, oh well, maybe this. I don't know. This seems a little, you know. And so
Yeah.
like eventually, even though I wasn't even out to people, I just started to dress like nicer, like more like things with like flowers and stuff. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
nice.
When I would stop in the art room and like talk to you guys, like you would look cute every day. I'd be like, oh my God, Ryan, like you look so good. Like you look dressed nice your senior year. I was like, oh my gosh, he looks like really good.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
Even though it's nice. I don't know. For me, the way that I work is anytime I'm like out like in front of people, I want to be dressed nicely, just because
Oh, always.
it feels good to like have a nice like appearance.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just like dressing nicely.
Dressing nicely, it's the only thing that motivates me.
Yeah. Like I know I don't have the best fashion sense, but I don't exactly try to, but I like to at least look decent.
Yes, oh, absolutely. Yeah, like I have like absolutely zero motivation to go to school if I don't look like try to look my best.
Mhm.
So that's why I try to dress up because if I look bad, I'm not going to feel good and then I'm just going to want to leave the whole time. Not that I don't, but like, yeah. So dressing nice is just it's such a confidence booster too.
I feel that for sure. Yeah. Um like even when like the the school had like the dress up days for seniors, like I went all out
Mhm.
for those because I don't know, it was just something about it was so fun to me. Like oh, it was ridiculous. For those who don't know, for Halloween, a group of my friends and I went as Mario Kart characters, and I was Donkey Kong, and it was probably the most ridiculous I've ever been. I It was terrible. It was so hot, like full body costume, big and like hot and sweaty, but it was good anyway. And I literally carried a heavy barrel around with me with bananas in it.
It was iconic. I loved it.
Yes, my the teachers made fun of me for it for like our senior assembly thing. It was great. And the fun story about this has nothing to do with queerness anymore, but let me live my life. I went to before going to school that day. Um, I needed bananas for the costume, so I went to Market 32 like way early in the morning before going to school, dressed up fully as Donkey Kong, and I just had like 2 or 3 bushels of bananas that I brought, and like everyone was staring at me, and it was like one of the best experiences of my life.
That sounds amazing.
I also wanted to ask you, and we kind of started about this, and I definitely want to hear it again, especially about Queen Kesha. What were
Kesha,
what
yes.
were your childhood experiences that you can look back on and you just look at them and go, "Oh, that was so gay."
My obsession with Kesha and Katy Perry and Lady Gaga was like should have told me honestly when I was
Hmm.
young that like yes, you like men. But like it was yeah, so I was like obsessed with Lady Gaga. I remember, oh my gosh, I was at the carnival, right? And this was like one of the first times I went to the carnival. And like when you're young, the carnival is like the thing. Like the
Hmm.
carnival makes your year. Like the carnival is like the end of the school year, beginning of
Yes.
summer. Like, oh my God, there's no better like feeling than like going to the carnival when you're like in elementary school.
Oh
So
yeah.
I went, right? And I okay, so my like I probably had like a bedtime of like 8:30 or something. So I was like, it's time to go. And it was like 8 o'clock. And Bad Romance by Lady Gaga came on the speakers, like at the carnival, like everybody could hear it. And I like, oh my God, I like just like danced. I had the best time. It was so great. Oh my God, I love Lady Gaga. Also
Uh-huh.
stream her new album, Chromatica. Anyways, so yeah, so back to Kesha. So I used to go to daycare, right? And this I went to daycare like all the way up until fifth grade. I was for like no reason. Like I was
Hmm.
like there for a very long time. I like they could not get rid of me. But yeah, so this was back, oh my gosh, this was around like 2010, 2011, back when like Just Dance was like huge. Just Dance
Oh
was
my
like it. Everyone
God.
was like Just Dance.
Oh
Just
my
Dance this,
God.
everything, you know? So there was like, I don't know, like it was like a Kesha song that I was dancing to, but I wasn't the one with like the controller. I was just like in the corner, like nobody liked me. So I was like
Oh,
dancing in the corner by myself. And
uh-huh.
I had, how people have like put like towels or like hoodies on their heads as like hair. So I
Mm-hmm.
had that going for me. And like I wasn't like around anything fragile. Like I was just like, living my life and I
Yeah.
was like spinning around. And then the person who like provided like our daycare thing, her name, yeah, so she like comes over to me and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm like dancing to Kesha." And she like ripped my fake hair off my head, and I was like, "Oh!" I was gooped, gagged, shook, shaken, and stirred, all the above. I was like, "How dare you?" I was having a great time. But yeah, that's when I basically knew, or I guess that's when I should have known. That's what I should say. That's when I should have known.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Also, whenever like she would like drive us to school every day, and like Kesha would come on, or like "I Kissed a Girl" by Katy Perry would come on,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be like, yes. I mean, I wouldn't kiss a girl, but I like the song.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would always like sing along, and she would like turn the radio off immediately, and I would be like, no, ah,
Uh, you you brought back so many memories for me. I wasn't a hardcore fan. I'm not the most flamboyant person, but like, oh my God, I used to love like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, even though like I denied it back then, but I definitely did. Like Poker Face is one of my all-time favorites. Um,
Absolutely. I remember whenever I would be in the car with my dad. This is before like we had like Bluetooth like speakers on our phones in our cars and everything. I remember I
mhm,
had like her oh my God, her Born This Way album
mhm,
like CD, and I would put it in, and my dad would get so annoyed because that's all I'd listen to in the car with him. Like I didn't
uh-huh.
have earbuds, I didn't have anything. So I'd be like, "Can we please play Lady Gaga?" He'd be like, "No, no more Lady Gaga, Tim. Like I don't want to listen
That's great. I know.
to that."
I this honestly should have been a sign, but for some reason, I don't even know why, because I wasn't like a huge fan of their music, but I like the one CD that I ever really had was like the Big Time Rush CD.
Stop! I love them. Oh my God. I remember I was part of this like Big Time Rush fan club. At like fifth grade, like at like
Oh my
elementary
God.
school. Like me and my friends would just talk about Big Time Rush
Mm-hmm.
nonstop. It was crazy. Oh my God.
They,
It was, like, so
uh, yeah, Big Time Rush is fantastic.
yeah.
Those were
I
good
remember I had a
times.
crush on like all of them. I was like, they're
Mm-hmm.
so hot. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. And then I found out they have like kids now, and I'm like kind of sad
Yeah.
about it, but like
Yeah.
whatever.
I had a crush on all of them too, except
Yeah.
I think the one I most had a crush on was Logan. I don't know why.
Yes. This is too much right now. I can't. Oh my God.
Also, I have to say, you brought up Just Dance earlier, and oh my fucking God, that was a huge part of my childhood.
Just Dance was my shit. I don't care. I would break down every single day. Oh
Uh-huh.
my God.
I would go over to like my best friend's house, and this was probably like elementary school to middle school, mostly elementary school I think, and like we would just play Just Dance on the Wii, and it would be like one of the greatest experiences ever. If you haven't played Just Dance, shame on you.
Shame on you. Oh my God. I found my old Wii controller like in my closet when I was cleaning it
Uh-huh.
out last month. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen you in forever, my
Mm-hmm.
baby. Like, we need to go and play like Just Dance. We need to play Wii tennis, like
Uh-huh.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I played like ever since I was little. It was the most amazing afternoon that I've
I
ever had.
I still have my Wii hooked up just for old time's sake, and I have like I don't even remember what ones they are, but I have two of the Just Dances. Because my friend used to have like four or five of them, but I
Oh,
eventually
work.
ended up buying two of my own, and it was
Hmm.
like, oh, great times.
Just Dance. Oh my gosh. That was like my form of exercise. That is how I
Oh,
stayed trim. I was
100%.
tiny because of Just Dance. Like I went hard. Like you have no idea. Like Just Dance was my life.
Yeah,
I love Just Dance.
it's one of those, I don't know why, but I have a talent in that game that I can't get literally anywhere else.
is there a Just Dance scholarship chat? Like, I like, where can I find it? Like, I need money. Like, give it to
Uh-huh.
me, please.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. For some reason, I'm curious if you have any like favorite songs on there, but like some of my favorite ones were like Video Killed the Radio Star
hmm
and Jump on It. Like those were two that I vividly remember.
One of the ones that I remember trying to always master was I don't know what it was, but it was like this thing where like that Russian kick where you have
Yes.
to like get down and like kick. Like
Uh-huh.
I tried to do that so hard and it never worked. And I always remember I was like really like offended. I was like, what? Like why can't I do this? But like that is the one that I remember most vividly because like I always remember trying to master that, but I could never get it done correctly.
Yeah.
I just don't think I could go down that low, honestly.
I mean,
uh,
honestly, this is the best segue possibly ever. You do cheerleading.
I did, yes, I did do cheerleading.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess Just Dance prepared me correctly because we did a lot
How
of dancing in cheer.
how was that experience doing cheerleading?
Honestly, it was really cool. Like, okay, like it was stressful and it was
Mm-hmm.
very it was hard in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite thing about it was how many people I met through cheer because we would go to like our competitions like all throughout the state. We went to like cheer like at nationals. Like I like have like people on Snap who I met at nationals like
Mm-hmm.
waiting in line for like the Disney rides like who we like talk to like and like waiting like there I met some like really cool people. I also met like a lot of other like gay people through cheer.
Mm-hmm.
Which was also really nice and I still talk to some of them. Like it's just been like it was like a very fun social like experience.
Mm.
But it was very taxing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like 3 hour practices, like 6 days a week when we were getting ready for nationals,
Mm-hmm.
and possibly even 4 hours if everything wasn't right. It was so much time and effort. I mean, it paid off. We won two state championships and we placed like seventh or eighth or something at nationals when
Mm-hmm.
I went. So it paid off. Like we were a good team, but it was just so emotionally like oh gosh, just thinking about it now, it's just it was so stressful because like I remember it's just like so many like so much gossip,
Oh,
and I
I'm
can't be
sure.
like it was like everyone else but me. Like
Yeah.
no, like I was part of it. Like I'm not like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it was just like super stressful. But I guess it paid off because I don't know. It helped me. Like I remember I hated teamwork before for
Mm-hmm.
some reason. Like I had like I remember like in gym class when Mr. Owen would be like, "You have to like do this like with all your partners and you have to be a team." I would be like,
Yeah.
"Absolutely not. No, I'm an independent girl. I will do this by
Oh,
myself."
I feel
But
that.
like, yeah, no. But like after like cheer, like it like helped me like be better, like more of a team player,
Mm-hmm.
and it yeah, it was I know how to deal with my emotions a lot more now because oh God, remember I used to get so stressed. I remember like my biggest pet peeve is like I don't mind if things start after like when they're scheduled to start,
Mm-hmm.
but if you go past the time that you're scheduled to
Oh,
end for some reason, that makes me like I shake with like a vigorous rage for some
oh,
reason. Like
I
I get so mad.
feel
It's
that so
awful.
hard. Drama
hmm
did that all the goddamn time.
Yes. When was practice over for drama? Like when was it scheduled to be over?
Well, that changed. Um, earlier, like towards like the beginning of like rehearsals, it would be until like I think it would be until like 5,
Uh-huh.
and then like a month before like the actual show, it'd be until like 6,
hmm
and then like up until like the 2 weeks before the show, it could even go like to 7, and like
hmm
it was the most painful experience, and almost
It
every
was
time we went
awful.
past it, like past like the
Oh,
time, and eventually
yes.
because I technically started freshman year,
hmm
and just by like junior year, um because we didn't really do much senior year, um
Yeah.
um like I just started to like give up. Like I would, like if the time came like when we were supposed to leave, I would literally just leave. I wouldn't care. I would just be like,
Awkward. Yes.
I don't care what these people think. I'm just gonna leave. I don't have time for this.
No, it was so frustrating because our practice would be, oh gosh, I think it was, yeah, it was 4 till 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, yeah, it was 4 to 7 o'clock. Which, 7, that's like around dinner time, like you're
Yeah.
getting hungry.
Yep.
so I was always hangry, and then we would always stay late. Sometimes we would be there till like 8 o'clock. And keep, mind you, our state championships for fall and like winter would be around the time that we would be getting ready for like midterms.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had studying, I had homework on top of the studying, I had reading, I had to do my taxes, I had to do everything. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this is just like, well, I didn't actually have to do my taxes, but I felt like I did because I had so much to do. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And I just like, I remember like, and like cleaning up because we have to like roll the mats up that we use because we have to
Yeah.
practice on mats. We cannot practice on like solid floors because like somebody
Mm-hmm.
could literally die. So we had mats to like always, we had to roll up the mats, and then that always became an issue because apparently not everybody was like rolling up their like
Uh-huh.
designated mats. So then there would be
Mm-hmm.
fighting about mats, and there would be fighting about the tape that we would use to
Mm-hmm.
tie up the mat. It was just, I was like, can I leave? Like, I want to go. Like, and I would feel bad for my dad too, because this is back sophomore year. I didn't have a car. I couldn't drive. My dad would be sitting out like in the parking lot, like waiting for like me, like my ass to like leave the Nusicus gym
Yeah.
at like 7:30 to 8 p.m. and he'd like have like dinner ready like at the house, and I'd just be like inside because I was like had to like be there apparently
Mm-hmm.
because we were going so far past schedule. It was
Wow.
awful. I just always felt so bad for him. Like I really wish I had a car like so I could drive
Mm-hmm.
myself so I didn't have to have him wait. It
Yeah.
was just so stressful. It was so bad. Oh.
It's honestly funny how many like how related like both of us are in that sense because like I like almost all of the experiences you mentioned had their own variant in drama and like I wow yeah not I enjoy drama I did
Yes, I enjoyed cheer, but it's just
it grew to be way too much for me like I just couldn't put up
Mhm.
with it anymore
It
um
was just so stressful.
mhm
And it took up so much time. That's why I decided this year, like, or no, last year, because it was my junior. I only did cheer winter year of my, or winter season of my freshman year, and then I did it fall and winter of my sophomore year, and then I stopped my
mhm
junior year because it was just way too much. I was becoming like really like aggressive and like really rude, and I was
oh
taking it out on my dad, which like wasn't nice of me,
mhm
because like he's the only other person I live with, and I was like, oh my God, like this is all your fault. It wasn't actually, but I was just like so like angry all the time because
yeah
I
I
was
feel
always so
that
on edge. So I was like, you know what, this is just doing more harm than it's worth. So yeah. And then I got a job and I'm getting paid to waste my time now.
well
So
there you
it's nice.
go yeah
Yeah.
I actually like remember like during the pep rallies and stuff when you guys would like do your like thing, and I
Mhm.
always remember like I would see you and be like, oh my god, he's literally so good. Like
Oh,
I
you're so sweet.
like I
Thank
couldn't
you.
believe it. Like I would just be like, oh, how the fuck is he so good? And of course,
Oh,
I was
that's
like
nice.
skipping out on the pep rally to do video club stuff up in the rafters, like,
Oh,
like,
Perry, yeah, I remember I used to look up at you and I would see, well, not you, I wouldn't like, I wasn't stalking you or anything, that's
yeah,
not the tea, but like I would look at you and like everybody else who was up there and they would be like dancing, but like really, really awkwardly,
mm-hmm.
very offbeat. And I would be like, wow, I wonder what it takes to be part of that friend group. Like, I was like, they look cool. I was like,
Well,
they seem like interesting people.
I wouldn't call us cool, but we were certainly interesting. Yeah, you got that right.
God, no, well, that's sweet. Yeah, no, I always tried my absolute hardest when I was like performing in front of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I didn't in practice. Like I feel like I always put up like a really good effort.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but it was just like so because I honestly part of it was just because I was putting on the smile and I was trying so hard so I couldn't be made fun of.
Yeah.
Because people like I remember like Ben and I, my other friend who did cheer, we're both boys.
Mm-hmm.
We did it together.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like especially when we first started and we used to perform in the basketball court
Mm-hmm.
for basketball games and you're like right in front of the audience. I remember there was like
Yeah.
this group of well they're freshmen now because I'm a senior and they're freshmen this year.
Mm-hmm.
They there was like a group of them and they would always like laugh at us and like take pictures and like videos of us while we were like performing.
Mm.
And like when you're starting,
Yeah.
keep in mind like when you're starting, like it's so like detrimental to
Mm-hmm.
know that you're going to go into something that is probably going to have you be like bullied to some extent
Yeah. Yeah.
just for literally trying to like be part of like a sport because
Yeah.
like in our town like if you're not part of a sport you're like nothing to these people it's like what is this
And that's
um
why I was a
so
nobody.
no, I'm not saying that I was a somebody because I was in cheer. I mean, people only knew me because I was like that boy on the cheer team because like ew, like nobody wanted to fight. Yeah, but no, yeah. But it was just like people like used to make fun of us. I remember Ben and I we were at an away game sophomore year
Mm-hmm.
for football because we didn't travel for basketball, we just traveled for football. And we were in East Longmeadow or just Longmeadow, I forgot which one it was, but we were getting food and there was this like group of boys. They were probably like our age. They looked our age. They
Mm-hmm.
definitely weren't older than us, but they were like pointing at us kind of
Yeah.
when we were like, and we had to like walk through them to get to like the concession stand.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't say anything to us then. And then like I just wanted my pizza, girl. It was like 10 degrees. I was like, I'm hungry AF. Like I need food now.
Yeah.
I would just spent like an hour in a bus that was 90 degrees, and now it's just so awful. I just want food. I want to
Mm-hmm.
eat. And this is halftime, I believe. So
Yeah.
I was cold. I wanted to go home. So we got our food. I got like pizza. Ben got mac and cheese. We were living our best lives. We were like, oh my God, this is so good. Definitely our money's worth. And then we go back and they're like standing there like waiting for us because they, you can tell when people like want to talk to you. So
Yeah.
like I could tell that these people wanted to talk to me, not because they wanted to have a kiki, just because they wanted to like be rude.
Yeah.
So I walk up to them and I have to walk through them. So I'm like, excuse me, girls, like move. And they weren't girls, they were all boys.
Yeah.
But like I was like, excuse me. And Ben and I were like trying to get through them, and they were like, and there is okay. When I say this, it's gonna sound okay. Never mind. You know what? So they say, "What do we call you?" And I wasn't like really
Uh,
offended by this, but like I hope I'm not like blowing this out of proportion because that's not like they could have said worse. That's what I was trying to say before.
yeah.
But they were like, "What do we call you?" And I was like, I don't really know what they wanted me to say, so I was just like, a cheerleader. I don't really know. And then they all started laughing at us. Um,
Yeah.
and there's really no point to this story, I guess, but it's just like stuff that we had to like go
No.
through just
No.
being
Yeah.
part of the team.
Man, God
Yeah,
forbid boys do cheerleading.
God forbid boys do cheerleading, God forbid girls do football, it's all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
And I remember people like Ben's like younger sister like was in middle school when all this was going on, and
Mm-hmm.
people used to talk about us like to her, like making fun of us to her on the bus. They would say like really rude things about us, and yeah, it was just people would be like so rude to us for like no
Yeah.
reason. Like, we weren't even doing anything.
I
Like, what?
know. Yeah.
Oh, yes, and then I remember. Okay, so I basketball game, and this is back when people were like taking pictures and videos. So I was already like all triggered, and then I went to get food at the basketball game because you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, and there's this guy standing there, and he's like he graduated like a while ago. He like lives like kind of around me, so I know who he is. He
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh, that's like Mr. Therian's son. Like he must be like so like embarrassed or something like that." And I remember thinking, I was like, "That is like so rude." Because I remember
Wow.
when I told my dad that I wanted to do cheer, he was like supportive of me, but he was like only hesitant because he knew people were going to be rude to me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But I didn't care. I was like, whatever. Like I'm doing me. Like these people can.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they can do, but like whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like very that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Wow, that sounds like a wonderful time.
Then I remember people used to. There was this one girl on the team. She was like super like. I don't know if she was necessarily homophobic, but she was just like not it. I remember like Ben used to like wear makeup and something like that, and she would say that he's like too feminine.
Oh,
And like,
please.
yeah, I was like, oh god damn it, like, oh, get over yourself.
Yeah. What got you interested in cheerleading in the first place?
Um, Ben did actually. He okay, so we have to go all the way back to freshman year, fall, like first semester of my freshman year, fall of 2017. I was a young girl. I had my bowl cut. I had my rectangular frame glasses. I probably smelled really bad. Just like imagine like a very small version, like a small brown version of Shane Dawson with glasses. That was me in 2017. So imagine me sitting on like my bed, just like minding my business, listening to probably, Catch Our Lady Gaga. And like Ben calls me. He's like, "Hey girl," I'm like, "Hey kitty, how are you? Like, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I was wondering because I was talking to like a bunch of the girls on the team if you would want to be like a cheerleader with me." And I was like, "Oh my God, yes." 100% because I never thought about it before. Like I to be completely honest, I didn't even
Uh-huh.
know we had a cheer team. I was like, okay, whatever, sure. So we go, we try out, we made the team. Everybody makes the team, unfortunately. Some people should not make the team. But, I made the team, Ben made the team. We both made the team. We were having so much fun. So that's basically it was like a very impulsive thing. I haven't thought about it like before at all. So yeah, it was like a very spur of the moment decision. But I'm happy I did it.
Yeah.
It definitely helped me like be more resilient, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
putting up with all this stuff that people like used to say to us. Like, I remember one kid came up to us at lunch and was like, "Are you guys actually doing that?" And we were like, "Yes, of course. Like, what's stopping us?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I that's basically how I made this podcast. It was on an impulse
Hmm.
too, so I feel
Oh,
that
I
for
love
sure.
impulsive decisions. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh. Hmm.
And yeah, I definitely feel. I mean, I've never personally, like been targeted or anything because I'm really not out to people. I would
Uh-huh.
have to, be openly gay for that to be a thing. But like one of my friends, I remember like I was walking because I think they had like chorus or something, and I
Hmm.
was going to do yoga, which we were
Oh,
doing in the
love yoga.
yeah, which we were going to
Hmm.
do in this on the stage, and
Hmm.
chorus is like right next to that. And so
Hmm.
I was like about to go down like the hallway, and some little freshman who
Mm. It's
we
always the small ones, Ryan.
yes,
They're always the
yeah,
small ones. Like what?
I know. He
They have
looks
no business.
he looks kind of like Joe Pesci, and and just like a little devious brat, and he literally called my friend the F slur. I was like,
Oh my
what
God.
the fuck?
No, ma'am. Oh my God.
And then he like waddled away. I was like, what? And so I just went up to my friend. I'm like, hey, are you okay? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, you're fair, fair. I'm sure
Yeah, we're
you've
used to it.
yeah.
It's so ridiculous how normalized it is in our
Mm-hmm.
lives. It's ridiculous. Ben was at my locker last, no, 2 years ago, and I was literally giving him a stick of gum. We weren't even being like obnoxious or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I admit I get loud, and I know right now I'm talking like a million miles a second. I'm so sorry to everybody listening. I don't even know if you can like understand what I'm saying, but like, whatever. We're gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
They say like gay people talk fast, they walk fast, they do everything fast.
Yeah.
Very very peppy. Got to keep the energy up. But Ben and I were just like at my locker. I was giving him a stick of gum. Like we weren't even doing anything like super like gay. And I'm using like quotation marks, because like like what is that?
Yeah.
But like there's these two kids, and they were like they're in my grade right now, so they're seniors with me, and they were like, look at those two like F slurs in the hall, like just like looking at us, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what am I? I was like, I'm literally not even doing anything. Like I'm like giving my friend a stick of gum. Like, can I
Yeah.
help you? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow, that's yep. Fun experiences, And it's always the thing is anyone that does that is most like probably you could guarantee with like 90% success that they are insecure themselves about like things. And so they just
Yeah.
lash out
Hmm.
at people. So it's like so it's like
Exactly.
just don't even listen to them because their opinion it means nothing. It
I
means
know. Yeah.
basically literally nothing.
I wish I like learned that earlier, like before, like cause like I used to like care so much about what people used to think about me up until like quarantine
Mhm.
happened, and then like I was basically just like in my house by myself. Well, not by myself, but with my dad, but like just like kind of like alone with myself.
Mhm.
And I like started thinking, I was like, you know what, Tim, like it really doesn't matter what anybody like has to say. Like I
Mhm.
spent 6, 7 months away from school. Like I hadn't seen these people in forever. I was like, you are like a different person,
Mhm.
and like I've just gained so much confidence through that, like just like knowing that like not to be like oh my God, like I'm the only person that matters, but just like to know that like all that negativity
Yeah.
like shouldn't like impact me,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
yeah, like what was it, somebody said something like it's like you're drinking the poison but you're expecting like the other person to die, like
Mhm.
that's not me. Like I'm trying to be like positive, I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's hard, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I didn't really realize that until like junior year myself, I'd say. Like
Yeah, it's a turning point for us gays people.
I'd say like basically well, I did like a journalism thing over the summer and I like it
Hmm.
was basically like a kind of like pseudo college experience for me. And so like that
Yes.
was the first time I was like, oh, fucking who cares what other people think? And then like
Hmm.
and then like I started to do more things like give speeches and stuff. Like I did the National Honor Society inductions and
I
stuff like
remember
that.
that. Yes. I was like, yes, Ryan, like work. I was like, you better say.
Yeah, and I prided myself on those because I wanted to make them like unique and special in some way. Like I didn't want it to just be like the generic, like induction speech.
Hmm.
And like that was when I was like, you know what? Fucking I get it. I'm a goofy guy. Who cares? I'm gonna use that to my advantage and make people laugh.
Yes, exactly. I remember thinking, and I'm not just saying this because like I'm like talking to you, like you specifically right now, but I remember thinking, I was like, I turned to like whoever I was sitting next to. I was like, that was like really good. I was like, wow, like
Oh, thank
work.
you.
That was like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time because it was like that one of the first experiences where I was like, "Oh wow. I can really
Mhm.
just be myself and use that to my advantage." Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. That, like, yeah, you are your own best like resource and your own yeah, like you are what what is it? You are the company you keep. Like,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. So before we started recording, I asked you the question if there were any things that you wanted to talk about, and you brought up questioning gender through clothing, and I wanted to let you speak about that.
Oh yeah, well, so basically, I remember when I was younger, whenever I would see like boys who were like wearing either like makeup or like had their nails done, and like not like an e-boy or like goth way, if it was ever
Mm-hmm.
like feminine, or like had like dresses on or like crop tops. I remember I wasn't. It didn't make me uncomfortable. I always just was like, how do they have that much confidence?
Mm-hmm.
Like I could never step out of the house like looking like that. And then this year, like it was another impulsive decision. I was talking about impulsive decisions. I was like on Depop, my favorite thrifting app for clothes, and I saw this really cute dress. It's like light blue. It has daisies on it. I was like, oh my God, like I would look so cute in this. And then I was thinking, I was like, should I wear this to school on the first day? And then I was like, I don't know, like, would I get hate crime? Like, I'm not really sure. I don't want to catch a case. I don't want to catch a smoke. I was
Would
like,
I
I
be
don't know if this is too
murdered?
much. I know, literally. I was like, will I not come back to my house like after school? Like, will I just go to the hospital and like they will presume me dead? Like, oh. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. Like, I was just talking about how like I don't care about what anybody thinks about me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I wear this dress to school with this really cute like white crew neck underneath. And Ryan, I have been running all summer. I have lost like almost 25 pounds.
Oh my god,
My
good for
legs look
you.
good. My waist is snatched. I have an hourglass figure. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look cute. And it's not like a form-fitting dress at all. It's just like a very like free, like flowy thing.
Yeah.
So I put it on and it goes like right above the knee. And I wear it to school and I felt like I was like really like I felt like I was gonna throw up when I was like how you feel confident and then you like go out in front of other people and you're
Uh-huh.
like, oh shoot, like mm-mm,
Yeah,
like this is not
100%.
it. So that's what I was feeling in the moment. And then I walk into school and then I was like, you know what, Tim? Like this place has like brought like this place makes you feel so low all the time that you need to like do something to like make yourself feel good. And I was like, this
Yeah.
is what it is. So I wore this dress to school and like yeah, like I oh my God, the same people who like used to like record videos and pictures of us, like Ben and I
Mm-hmm.
doing cheer were the only people who like laughed at me at
Yeah.
school. But like of course, it was literally the same people.
Mm-hmm.
But no, but everyone was like super supportive. Not that I need people's support, but like it was just nice to
Yeah.
know that like, so I wore that. And then like last week I wore another dress. It was different. It had like it was really cute. But yeah, I've been trying to like incorporate like different like stuff into my wardrobe just because like, clothes
Yeah.
have no gender. And I'm trying to like not necessarily I'm not doing it to make a statement, I guess. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing this to be like F the system, like I hate gender conformity. Like
Yeah.
I'm just doing it because it makes me feel good, like
Mm-hmm.
self-expression. But hopefully it'll help open people's minds or
Yeah. For sure.
yeah.
Like clothing or really anything you do does not define like your gender or sexuality at all.
No, absolutely not.
A thing that I've brought up many times on the podcast, like boys can paint their nails.
Hmm.
They can wear dresses, they can wear crop tops, they can wear skirts, they can do, and the same goes for girls. They can dress as masculine as they want, and like all
Hmm.
these different people can do whatever they want because it doesn't mean anything.
It does not mean a thing.
And if it makes you happy, just do it.
Yeah, and if you're not hurting anyone, like
Yeah,
what was I doing?
yeah. You were
Like,
hurting no one.
I was hurting absolutely no one. Yeah, I was, yeah, because I remember I was talking to my friend who is a girl, and she was saying like I could literally like walk out of the house in like pants, and nobody would like say anything,
Hmm.
like I mean I guess it's like different, but at the same time it's like really not, it's
Yeah,
just, you know,
yeah. I think like I think it's definitely a lot harder, or at least I assume it is for guys to dress femininely than it is for girls to dress masculinely.
There's such like a stigma, like on men and women. I'm not trying to like take this away from like women, obviously, because they've had it worse, throughout history. But
Hmm.
like, there's definitely
Yes.
such a big stigma right now for like men to be like masculine.
Hmm.
And like when you don't fit that, especially when you're in a small town,
Hmm.
um, and there's not a lot of people like you who look like you or who act like you or who have the same interests as you. It's hard, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm just doing me. I'm trying to make a difference in my own
Yeah.
life. I'm trying, yeah. I don't know. It's a confidence booster. It made me feel good. I was like, wow, I look cute today, you know?
All right. Now I want to ask you. I want to ask you two questions because
Hmm.
I from now on I want to like try and ask everyone that I talk to because I feel like it's fairly universal amongst the gays, and
Oh
I
yes.
mean anyone under the queer umbrella. Um, so have you ever taken the quiz?
Oh God, those BuzzFeed.
Yes.
I have taken BuzzFeed quizzes. I have taken Forbes quizzes. I have taken every single quiz out there. I've taken so many. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous. You have no idea. I have taken. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I do have an idea.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Yes, I have taken so many quizzes. Oh yes, I remember. I don't really know. I don't remember any of my results like at all because this was back in like middle school. But like, yes, I do remember taking various amounts of quizzes,
Uh-huh.
wasting lots of time doing so when I already
Yes.
knew the answer. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, back in middle school, I remember I took like a quiz like are you gay or straight? Like there was no like bi option
There
or
was no
pan option.
anything.
It was just
Mhm.
gay or straight. And I took that and like I I specifically like because I didn't want to be gay at the time because I was like I that is a negative connotation. I don't want that.
I know.
I
Yeah.
would like influence my own answers so I would like be like
Oh
no
yes,
but I
right.
like
Uh-huh.
girls too. It's like
I know.
I mean I do and I did but I was like I just want to I at the time I was like I questioned am I do I actually like girls still or am I just trying to pretend that I do so I'm not
Hmm.
gay.
That must be especially hard if you like both, like to know like if you're actually like lying to yourself if or if you're not.
Yeah.
Because I know I don't like girls, so I knew like no. But like if I did, and if I also did like boys, because I'm not bi, but
Hmm.
like I feel like that would be like extra hard, because I would feel like I would be confused, like if I didn't know if I was lying to myself or if I was actually like being
Yeah.
honest. Because yeah.
I was confused for like all of middle school until like probably junior year of high school when I like came to like a final conclusion. Because like
Hmm.
back in middle school I was like, am I gay? No, no, not no, no. Stop, Ryan. I'm
Yeah.
not gay.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like,
Hmm.
am I straight? I don't think I'm straight. And
Am I straight?
and then I kept going back and forth and I'm like, am I and then I learned what bi was. I'm like, am I bi? And then like I still was confused and then eventually I was like, wait, I just like everyone. I like all genders. So I'm and then I was like, okay, I'm pansexual. So I
Mhm.
took many quizzes, many
Many,
quizzes.
many quizzes, so many quizzes. Oh my God, the amount of quizzes.
The other question that I wanted to ask is are you able to sit properly?
Um, no. And that was really hard in my dress on the first day of school because I was not about to flash the citizens of Dalton, Massachusetts in my
Yeah.
dress. I was like, mm-mm. No. I sometimes yes, but other times no. It's really hard, honestly. Like I'm such like I've been told multiple times that I have like an endless stream of consciousness. Like I'm always like thinking of something crazy. So like I'm always like jumping around from like thing to thing. And I
Uh-huh.
don't know if you can tell, but I talk really fast sometimes. But so like I always feel like I need to be doing something.
Yeah.
So sitting in place for me is like hard.
Uh-huh.
Like it's hard for me to pay attention in class if I'm sitting in place, but if I could literally be running around class, like oh my God, like I don't even care. I could be like I said, I could be doing my taxes in class. I could be
Yeah.
doing like literally anything that would like I would pay much better attention if I like, had something to do in class while like the lesson was being taught. If that makes
Mhm.
any sense. I know it's like dumb, but like it's
No.
so hard for me to sit still and
Yeah,
like
I get
actually
it.
like pay attention.
The issue that I have is because I just like sitting normally is painful for me. Like I just like it's like
It's so ordinary and I
it
hate
is
it.
so hard to for me to do. But the problem is it's also hard for me to sit abnormally because I'm such a large person. I'm very tall and I don't fit
Oh
in any
yes,
seat that I sit in. So if I'm trying
you're
to like sit
right.
with my legs up or like I'm like hugging my knees, I can't do it. It pains
Hmm.
me. I live a constant life of torture and pain.
No, yeah, like oh my gosh, no, sitting hard. Like right now, oh my God, what am I doing right now? Well, I'm in my dad's office right now, so I have like a swivel chair, which is like a whole nother thing.
Uh-huh.
But I have my feet up, but also like bent and crossed and over my head, behind my body, everywhere,
Uh-huh.
you know. It's
Yeah.
like I would much rather have somebody hurl hate speech at me than tell me to sit normally. It's just
Oh.
not right.
And then this is a third question that I want to ask. I want to ask you about the gay voice. Just your thoughts on it.
Okay, so okay. Back in sixth grade, when I was figuring out that I was gay, for some reason I felt the need that okay, so I personally right now think that gay representation in the media is horrible
Yeah.
because I mean there's more of it, which is great. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
happy by that.
Yeah.
But it's like it's always just like the stereotypical, and I'm using like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like loud me, literally me, like stereotypical, like it just flamboyant, like super like bitchy, like it's just not a good
Yeah.
like light. Like yeah, there are gay people like that, and like yes, respect all gay people, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not what all of us are like.
Yeah.
And I remember like I thought when that's all you see when you are when you're young, when you're a young girl, and that's all you see, like it is all these like flamboyant people, you feel like you have to be that way. Especially like, I don't know, when I was younger, I normally gravitated more towards like Latina,
Mm-hmm.
people, just because I am like Latino and Native American. So I would always like go for like Latina influencers, Native American influencers, all these people, and a lot of them were like super like Latinos were always like, ah, like, talking a million miles a second, like doing
Yeah.
like crazy shit. So I was always like, I need to be so flamboyant that nobody will ever forget who I am as a person. And that is like the worst headspace to be in. Cause I remember I found somebody sent me like a year ago, like 4 year ago memory from like today, like 2 years ago from
Mm-hmm.
sixth grade. And I was putting on the fakest, most forced gay accent you will ever hear. It was so gross. I was like, I cannot believe that that
Uh,
person was walking around like town
mm-hmm.
and like wasn't murdered because ew. Um, no, but yeah, but I honestly like I have one now. Um, just how I dragged that word out now. Um, but it's not forced. Like I just feel like it only comes out when I talk talk fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I didn't really know how long we were recording for, so I was like, I want to talk as fast as I can so I can get as much in.
Yeah.
So like it really comes out when I talk fast.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm talking like at a normal rate, it's not that bad. But yeah, I do have one. Sorry, I kind of like trailed away from what your
No,
question
no, it's
was.
fine. Like the thing about me is sometimes like I don't really think that I have much of a gay voice, but
Mhm.
sometimes like I just speak and I'm surprised by myself. I'm like, oh, that
Oh,
sounded
me too.
so gay.
Sometimes I will just speak and I'm like, Tim, that was the most thoroughly homosexual thing that has ever come out of your mouth. And not that
Yeah.
that's a bad thing, but I just like surprise myself sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
No, especially because I'm like, for most people around me, I am straight. So whenever I say something and it sounds like very gay, I'm like, oh,
I know the
like,
way I communicate with like Ben, like because we're both gay.
yeah.
I like some of the things I say to him, like nobody would understand. Like nobody knows like what a kiki is. I'll be like, Ben, let's like go have a kiki, and he's like, okay, yeah. And then like nobody knows what that means. So I'm like,
Hmm.
oh my God. The same thing. Like I'll call him like girlfriend, squirrel friend, like kitty,
Yeah.
gorgeous, whore. Like oh my God, like the words I call them and the
Uh-huh.
words that he calls me. It's just so funny. But like no, because nobody knows what we're talking about half the time. It's like another language. I swear. Like half the time people don't even know. It's amazing. It's actually like really fun just to like talk to him in public and have people be so confused. I
uh,
think it's so funny.
I can only imagine the looks that you get. Well, do you have any questions that you want to ask me, or do you have any things that you would like to say to the people listening?
I don't know, really. I mean, it's hard to. I honestly, this has felt like so much of a conversation that I kind of forgot that people like are gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
Um, I don't really know what I have to say to everyone. I mean, the people who listen to this probably are either gay or are allies, so I don't
Hmm.
really think I need to condemn anyone. But I'm just, uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have any advice to all those little gays out there?
to all my little gays, especially my little brown gays, if you're all like if you're in a predominantly white community like me, and you grow up and people, oh my god, this is the funniest thing, right? So back, okay, I don't know, do we have time for this? I don't
Yes,
even
we
know.
have time.
Um, so basically, back in sixth grade, you know how I said that like the grades like weren't very integrated. Like I could not name you a person like in seventh or eighth grade when I was in sixth grade because I
Hmm.
never saw anyone. So people always thought I was like Asian. So they would always like say like really racist things about Asian people
Oh
to me,
no.
but like it never like I wasn't like I'm not I wasn't Asian. I am now. I wasn't then. No, I like am not like an Asian person. So like I remember I was like so confused. I was like, what is going on? And then as I got older, people just started being rude to me, like in general, like just being like really racist.
Yeah.
So oh my God, right? So a group of eighth graders always used to call me Dora in sixth grade. And you know, when you're in sixth grade,
Oh.
you know, everything affects you. But like now I think that's the funniest thing. But anyways,
Put on little pink shorts.
I know. To any of my brown skinned girlies out there who are also gay, if you live in a white community, just know, um, I don't know, like it's just you stand out, I guess. I'm not saying that I stand out, but like you stand out just in general. Like if there's like a line of you, you stand out. So just like I don't know, be you, do you.
Hmm.
You're cute, you're great.
Yes.
Know when you're being tokenized and know when people actually appreciate you for you. That's what I guess I have to say.
Yes. Good
Because
advice.
that took me a while. I didn't know if I was being tokenized for being gay or being like brown, or if
Hmm.
people were just like being nice to me.
Yeah.
So or like just genuinely like friends with me. I don't know. But yeah. So I guess
Hmm.
that's what I have to say. There was really no point to that, and like probably nobody got anything out of that like statement. But you know, here I
Well,
am.
well, thank you for joining me, Tim.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I had a good time. I don't know if you had a good time, but I had a great time. This was so
I
much
had a
fun.
good time too.
Good.
Thank you everyone for watching. We hope that you enjoyed. This has been the Kinda Queer podcast, hosted by a couple of kinda queer guys.
Well, I've had a great time. Like this has been really fun. Like
Oh,
I
thank
got
you.
really fired up when I was talking about Kesha, and then after that it was just dance, and it just kept kind of bigger and bigger. Oh my God.